Smoke rising over the Israel-Lebanon border. Rocket race in the sky, headlines flashing, tension escalate, cross-border attacks surge, the Middle East is once again on edge. Renewed clashes between Israeli forces and Hezbollah militants along the Lebanon-Israel border have sparked fears of a wider regional conflict and promoted urgent US diplomatic intervention. The fighting marks the most intense cross-border violence since the 2026 war. Israeli artillery firing Lebanon's buildings damaged Hezbollah fighters in camouflage. Over the past 2 weeks, the border region has seen a sharp spike in rocket attacks, drone strikes, and artillery fire. Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militant group, has launched dozens of rockets and anti-tank missiles into northern Israel. In response, Israel has carried out targeted airstrikes on Hezbollah positions deep inside southern Lebanon. At least 40 people, including fighters and civilians, have been killed so far, with many more injured or displaced. Israeli Defense Minister speaking, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah on a screen, crowds in Beirut protesting. Israel says it is acting in self-defense, warning Hezbollah against escalating the conflict. Hezbollah, in turn, claims it is responding to Israeli provocations and violations of Lebanon's sovereignty. The rhetoric has intensified. Israeli officials say all options are on the table, including a wider military campaign if attacks continue. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrival Tel Aviv, US Embassy staff meeting, diplomatic briefings. The United States has stepped in to try and de-escalate the crisis. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and other senior diplomats are now engaged in shuttle diplomacy and meeting with leaders in Israel, Lebanon, Jordan, and Egypt. The White House has called for an immediate ceasefire, warning that further escalation could draw in Iran or even risk a border regional war. US aircraft carriers in the Mediterranean, maps showing missile ranges, headlines, Pentagon on alert. The Pentagon has also quietly moved assets closer to the region, placing several naval and air units on standby. US intelligence officials warn that Hezbollah's missile arsenal has grown significantly in recent years, with an estimated 150,000 rockets, some capable of striking Tel Aviv, Haifa, and beyond. The situation is violated, and even a single miscalculation could ignite a full-blown conflict. Civilians in bomb shelters, smoke over the Golan Heights, even peacekeepers at the border. Civilians on both sides of the border are paying the price. Entire towns in northern Israel have been evacuated. In southern Lebanon, families are feeling daily bombardments, and aid groups warn of an emerging humanitarian crisis. UN peacekeepers stationed along the Blue Line have called the latest clashes the most dangerous escalation in near 2 decades. United Nations HQ, Israeli and Lebanon's flags diplomatic handshake attempts. As the world watches, the question remains, can diplomacy prevent another war? With tensions between Israel and Hezbollah nearing a boiling point and regional powers watching closely, the next few days could determine whether the moment becomes a flashpoint or just another chapter in a long, uneasy stalemate. Middle East tensions developing story, clashing ongoing and along Israel-Lebanon border. US calls for ceasefire, regional dialogue. Diplomatic talks in progress, Tel Aviv, Beirut, Amman.